Hi everyone, it's Vlogtober day 29 and a few of you took quite an interest to my tarot cards. I wanted to know a little bit more about them, so I thought I'd show you how I read them. So what I usually do is I would usually shuffle them myself, then I would then hand them to the person who I'm reading for and they would shuffle them. And then get them to place them down like this, and then I would then get them to split them into two piles. So they would do this from the same pile. They would make two piles. Sorry, they'd make an extra two piles, so then you'd end up with three piles. Then what I'd say to them, pick the pile that they're most drawn to. So they'd pick the pile. So they say they want this one. I just discard those cards. They no longer matter. I then spread the cards out and then ask them to pick 10 cards. And what I do is I get them to pick 10 cards. So say they pick that one and then this one, they'd keep that order. So they'd put that one on top of the next one like this. So what there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then the rest of these cards I would get rid of. These no longer matter. They'd be put there. Now the way in which I read them, there's so many different ways to read them, but I just read them in a way that works for me, and this is the way that I find works for me. So I would start by the stuff closest to the top is like what's happening now or has happened or something like that. So, and that's the way that I would read them, like this. So the Queen of Wands, like queens usually refer to women of like 40-ish kind of age plus kind of thing, like older women, you know. And then this is the job card. Anybody who gets this card, I told you before, would be someone who would be finding a new job. This is like a fight, like winning a fight. And then this is like it's over kind of thing. It's just over. So the way I'd read this is I'd say there's a woman, or if the person was a woman, I'd say it could be referring to you. There's a job. There's going to be an argument within a new job, or in your new job, and it's gonna end. That's the way I would say here. And pages usually refer to a young woman, and I'd say there's a young woman, and then I'd say this one is like rest, recuperate. So I'd say there's a woman, a young woman. You need to tell her to start resting. She needs to recuperate. She needs to take some time out, things like that. It does kind of vary, I suppose, but this is the way that I find works for me. Swords are never good. Swords are sharp. I mean, they're not always bad, because this one just means like recuperate. It just basically means like you're blowing yourself out. You know, you're making yourself. One moment. Sorry about that. My son was moaning about Oso on the computer. Yeah. So then the Knight of Swords usually means like travel by air. So yeah, I'd say like you need time away, preferably abroad. You know, a holiday would really do you the world of good. Then the Two of Swords is like you're stuck in the middle. You've got two sides. You're in the middle, and you need to find some sort of compromise, but it's just not going to work. It's just not going to last. And then the Page of Pentacles is usually like money. So it'd be like a good turning, like a lucky win, or some money, or maybe like a good health, like, you know, a turn in health, something like that. And it can also mean a child as well, a dark youth or a child. And then the Magician is you have everything that you need. You have all the tools that you need. You know how to use them. You just need to remember that you know that you can do it. So it's really weird actually, because some of this kind of like makes sense to me with job and an argument in a job that I had, and I left my job. That's really weird. Something that would really make sense to me. So yeah, that's how I would read the cards. I mean, obviously they don't really mean anything because there was no shuffling going on, and I don't really believe that you can read for yourself. I don't think. Well, I don't know. I've never really looked into reading for myself. But yeah, that's how I would read them, and I've just kind of given you like like if this was a reading, that's how I would read it for someone. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all tomorrow for Vlogtober day 30. We're almost at the end.